Thank you for joining the Kingly Love podcast. This is Frederick. On this channel, we focus on positivity, hope, and most importantly, an encouraging and loving message within the confinement of relationship, life, and marriage. So today we have something extremely interesting. Okay. And so we're watching a video, and the title of the video is Make Men Masculine Again. Some people complain that there's toxic masculinity. Some people saying that men nowadays are no longer men. And obviously, this video says for the ones that are masculine, make them masculine again. Pretty interesting. So let's take a look, and obviously, you learn something out of it. Okay. If you are a gentleman, and you have questions, or you want clarity about something about your masculinity, whether you need to push it down or whether you need to be yourself, I would recommend you be yourself, but yet you have to be polite, right? Be polite, be loving, be respectful to everyone, but be yourself. Be masculine. It's important. Be a leader. Be confident. Okay? Let's watch the video. Let's see what we have here. Let's see what's going to be said.
All have one thing in common: men. Aggression, violence, ambition unchecked by conscience, all the stuff of toxic masculinity, right? And the solution is obvious: make men less toxic, make men less masculine, make men more like women. But I'm here to tell.
So, being toxic does not necessarily mean being masculine. So, toxic and masculinity are not interchangeable. So, let's keep watching.
Tell you that that way of thinking is not only wrong, it's dangerous.
There you go.
Here's why. When you try to make men more like women, you don't get less toxic masculinity. You get more. Why? Because bad men don't become good when they stop being men. They become good when they stop being bad.
Yes.
Aggression, violence, and unbridled ambition can't be eliminated from the male psyche. They can only be harnessed. And when they are harnessed, they are tools for good, not for harm.
Harness.
The same masculine traits that bring destruction also defeat tyranny.
Exactly.
The traits that foster greed also build economies.
Exactly.
The traits that drive men to take foolish risks also drive men to take heroic risks.
Exactly.
The answer to toxic masculinity isn't less masculinity. It's better masculinity. And we know what that looks like. It's a young man opening the door for a girl on their first date. It's a father working long hours to provide for his family.
Yes.
It's a soldier risking his life to defend his country.
Yes.
The growing problem in today's society isn't that men are too masculine. It's that they're not masculine enough. When men embrace their
You saw how my eyebrows just lifted up? So, I mean, at the end of the day, guys, be confident who you are. Okay? Be confident in who you are. Don't let people decide who you should be. As I mentioned earlier, be masculine, be respectful, be a leader. Okay? Because if you do certain things that they don't like, they say that's toxic. But when they need your help to do it, all of a sudden, it's a good thing. So the example they gave earlier, where the guy that's supposedly violent goes to war and is able to fend and defend the country, and all of a sudden, he's rewarded for being a hero, for taking risk. But if he takes risk in life, then there's something wrong with it. Or some people would say, well, that's toxic. That's just him being him. Okay. So they could say, well, you're a punk because you're doing something feminine. But then the same people will be saying, well, why don't you be a man? It's like, what do you want? You see what I'm saying? It's a little confusing. All right. So when you need help, all of a sudden, oh, it's good for you to be toxic. When you don't need help, and then you're there, it's like, oh, you need to be more manly. It's don't listen to people that are not masculine themselves. Obviously, this comes from the ladies. This comes from let's see, the feminist agenda. Okay, I'm not here to be a politician. I'm here to encourage men, and I'm also here to encourage women. I will not tolerate someone insulting women the same way I will not tolerate someone insulting men. Women need to be confident in their femininity, and men need to be confident in their masculinity. Okay, don't choose and pick what you want based on how you feel at the time. That's not fair to the person. Let's keep on watching.
Masculinity in a way that is healthy and productive, they are leaders, warriors, and heroes. When they deny their masculinity, they run away from responsibilities, leaving destruction and despair in their wake. The consequences can be seen everywhere. 1 in 4 fathers now lives apart from his children. And children who grow up without a dad are generally more depressed than their peers who have a mother and a father. They are at far greater risk for incarceration, teen pregnancy, and poverty. 71% of high school dropouts are fatherless. Of all the
Wow.
rocks upon which we build our lives, family is the most important. And we are
You hear that? Of all the rocks upon which we build our lives, family is the most important. Okay? Family is important. That's one of the reasons why we also focus on family. If you're all able to destroy the family unit, then you basically destroyed the entire city. You can, if you are able to destroy families, then you won. You destroy the entire city if that was your intention. So the goal here is to go the opposite way. Make sure that your family stays together. Make sure your family stays together. Okay? Don't be so easily offended. Okay? Some people get so offended so easily, they walk out of relationships so easily, and then they're going around now playing the blaming game. Stick together. Do whatever it takes to put and stick your family together. The moment the family is destroyed, that's going to have a bad repercussion on the kids and also yourself. And then all of a sudden, bad things happen. And, as I mentioned here, incarceration, jail, depression, and so forth. You don't want to put your family through that. Talk things out and keep the family together. Let's keep on watching.
called to recognize and honor how critical every father is to that foundation.
Every father is critical to that foundation. So if you hear someone that says, I don't need a man, I want a man, but I don't need a man, look at them and go the opposite direction, because don't let that doctrine get into your mind. Okay, everybody is needed. All right. Men, I don't see men saying, I don't need a woman. Men agree they need women. I think it's women that say that they don't need men, but that's not true. We need each other. Okay? We need each other. We need to keep the family together. We need each other. All right? So if you had that mentality that you don't need the opposite sex, I'm going to say That's false. Respectfully, I'm going to say that's false. You do need your opposite sex. Okay? So if you're female, you need a man. If you're a man, you need a female. Simple as that. Okay? We need each other. Let's keep the family together. And the father is critical for the foundation of that family. Okay? Let's keep watching.
That was said by then Senator Barack Obama in 2008. If we are honest with ourselves, he went on, we'll admit that too many fathers are missing from too many lives and too many homes. As much as we try to deny the need for real masculine strength in society, there's no denying its necessity. Healthy families and strong communities depend on the leadership and bravery of good men. Yet, the current trend is to feminize young men in the hopes of achieving some utopian notion of equality and peace. And it starts at the earliest ages. In the school classroom, boys are invariably the problem. On the playground, aggressive games like dodgeball have long been banished.
What? They banish dodgeball because they're afraid that boys are going to be masculine? That's what they're supposed to do. That's why you have separate leagues. You have the female leagues and you have the men leagues. You have WNBA and you have the NBA. Let's keep on watching. Hopefully you're learning something, guys and ladies.
We tell young men that their intrinsic desire to compete is wrong. Everybody gets a trophy. Don't run up the score. This anti-male tilt continues on through higher education and into the workplace. It has created millions of tentative men, unhappy women, and confused boys and girls. Here's a secret that every woman knows. Women want real men. Men they can count on and, yes, look up to. No amount of feminist theory will change that. I don't know any woman at any age who is attracted to a passive man who looks to her to be his provider, protector, and leader. Every woman I know wants a strong, responsible man. That's not a consequence of a social construct or cultural pressure. It's innate. The devaluation of masculinity won't end well because feminine, passive men don't stop evil. Passive men don't defend, protect, or provide. Passive men don't lead. Passive men don't do the things we have always needed men to do for society to thrive. In his book,
You heard that? For society to thrive, we need you to lead, to protect, to provide. Don't listen to the anything that says that, well, you know, I don't want somebody that provides for me. I can do it on my own. If you have a family, if you have a wife, you have a girlfriend, be the leader, okay? Be the leader. Be the protector. Be the provider. Okay? It's your responsibility as a man to do that. Don't listen to, oh no, I can lead too. I can provide too. Okay? If that's where you are in your relationship, you're going to have a lot of headaches. Okay? As a man, know it's your responsibility to do those things. Just know it's your responsibility to do those things. And your wife can help you or your girlfriend can help you, but it's your responsibility. It falls on you first. Okay? Let's keep on watching.
Abolition of Man, English social philosopher C.S. Lewis writes about this problem.
Abolition
He describes the tension between cerebral man and visceral man. By his intellect, Lewis explains, man is mere spirit, and by his appetite, mere animal. We need both. Take away one, and you're left with a man who's either weak or wicked. And in a world of wickedness, weak men are nothing more than enablers of wicked men. Rape, murder.
Wow, you see how they throw that word so casually? Weak men. Weak men. They just throw that word so casually. Man, this is crazy. Only in the West, right? Only in the West you can see stuff like that. If you reverse the role I promise you, some people will be very offended. If you replace that word men with woman, some people will be very offended. But that's the world we live in. Boys, men, be courageous. Lead by example for the next generation that comes after you. Okay? If you need leadership, find a church. Okay? If you need leadership, find an uncle, find your father, find your big brother, or join this community so we can build each other in hope and be encouraging to each other. All right? There's nothing wrong with being masculine. Keep on watching.
War. They all have two things in common: bad men who do the raping, murdering, and warring,
That's
and
bad.
weak men who won't stop them. We need good men who will. It's not masculinity that's toxic, it's the lack of it. I'm Ali Stuckey for Prager University.
Okay, that was it there. So, you got the message here. The message is be confident of who you are as a man. Lead, provide, protect. If you have a lady by your side, let her come in and help you with that. But it falls on your shoulder. That's your responsibility. Be a great man. Be a man of value that sets an example for others. Okay, guys? Okay? All right, great. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate you spending some time here at Kingly Love. And then do not forget to love thy neighbor. See you guys next time. Take care.